fraud and bribery scheme. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York calling this one of the largest food stamp frauds in U.S. history. Joining me now is the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins. Secretary, it's great to have you this morning. What can you tell us about this?
Well, good morning, Maria. It's always so great to be with you, and you are coming from one of my favorite places in America, so it's really great to see you there. Listen, this is a new day, and President Trump promised as he was traveling across the country over the last few years that it would not be the government that we know. The government certainly that under Joe Biden exponentially grew, and alongside that, including the fraud and waste and abuse. And so at USDA, we are hyper-focused on rooting out that waste, fraud, and abuse. And to your point, yesterday was, if not the largest, one of the largest stings. And moving forward and finding that fraud, I think almost $70 million that is no longer going to be allowed here in Washington and with these programs like the food stamp program. So we're going to move forward, obviously, in partnership with the FBI, with the Department of Justice, of course, our team at USDA. This is not the one and only. There are going to be many more to come, and we're going to make sure that we're delivering on our promises to the taxpayers.
So the prosecutors and the authorities are saying that this person defrauded the SNAP program, right? Also known as food stamps, $66 million in unauthorized transactions.
That's right. Well, the food stamp program is one of the largest government programs across the federal government. And obviously, I've talked on this show and other shows that it's time for real effective change. Part of that $200 billion annual program, the best sort of estimate is between 20 to 30% of that is fraud, waste, and abuse. This $66 million that was announced yesterday on behalf of USDA and the others that were part of that, again, is just the tip of the spear. And the way that works, Maria, the EBT cards is what USDA, the government, uses to provide that supplemental nutrition assistance, which is the food stamps, and that it's a fairly easy thing to do. We're trying to lock it down right now to ensure that it doesn't keep happening. But when you've got employees that basically don't follow the law, then we've got to fix it, and that's what we're doing. There's going to be real consequences for breaking the law across America's federal government with President Trump, but this is just one of many more to come.
Well, we definitely want to see consequences and accountability, but let me move on. Secretary, you approved state waivers to make America healthy again by removing unhealthy foods from the SNAP programs in Indiana and Iowa. On Monday, you approved the first ever state waiver to restrict soda and energy drinks from the food stamps in Nebraska. You're really zeroing in on health and wellness for our young people and everyone else.
Sure
Your thoughts? Tell us more.
Well, I am really proud. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little surprised that this hasn't happened before, right? It's just common sense. This is the age maybe of common sense in Washington, that taxpayer dollars were being used to fund lower income Americans' purchase of sugary drinks and junk food. Now, if they want to use their own money to do that, of course, that's fine. It may not be the best health choices. But the fact that taxpayers have been funding this in a massive program, the number one purchase with using taxpayer dollars was on sugary drinks. So I guess for years, none of those waivers that have been submitted by the states have been.
Whoa. The number one usage of SNAP EBT benefits was sugary drinks. And it's so funny because I just seen a video on, I believe, TikTok last week, and the lady was filling her cart up. She was saying she used the link, right? Filling her cart up. Straight out packs. Packs and packs and packs of pop. What? That's nuts. Just hella pops and juices. They're not the healthy shit at all. Just the shit that's just snacks and shit. That EBT, man. Hey, I remember them days, man. Them days, you hear me?
But we already approved Nebraska, was first. Iowa and Indiana were last week. And then we've got several more announcements in the coming week, and then hopefully many, many more to follow. And this is bipartisan, Maria. This is not just, Republican governors. It's Republican and Democrat working together to ensure that we're providing the right sort of programming that we need for our lower income Americans.
Now, Secretary, the last time we spoke, I believe the president had just done a deal with the UK on trade. You were traveling there. You're going now to Rome.
All right, nah, that's enough. That's enough. God damn it. I'm gonna say it like this. Yeah, they need to regulate that shit for real. Cause look, you telling me, and look, she didn't even, I read another story. This video didn't even get into details of it. That $33 million of fraud, it came from somebody inside of the SNAP benefit office. Yes, they was helping them, the people, the criminals from outside, how to finesse the government. So you got somebody inside helping people in the outside finesse the government for SNAP benefits. It got over $33 million. That $33 million thing they was talking about, that came from like 5 people for real. But the government allowed it to happen. They allowed it to happen. There's a lot of fraud right now with EBT, where you go into a place, probably a little bodega, corner store, swipe your card. Somehow, you know, the owner never knows, right? They always play clueless. There's a card reader on their card, and they never knew it got switched out somehow, right? And they take the date on there, and next thing you know it, somebody run your shit in a different state. Choop, 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 choop. I'm gonna be honest. Every state link shouldn't be used in other states. Facts. If you got Illinois link, right, you shouldn't be able to use Illinois link in Georgia. Yes. You shouldn't be able to use no type of other state link in another state. Because why are you, right? If you need link for that state and you preside in that state, you should only use it for that state. But no, I can go to Indiana and use the EBT card. I can go to Georgia and use the EBT card. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen. But for people to be paying for like sugary snacks, you know, if I was a beneficiary of it, I wouldn't complain either, right? But since I'm not, I'm going to be like, hey, we need to save money. Because not only that, we're going to keep feeding money into this, and then it's being refrauded out. So really, we just, and what people do is they'll get the, and this is a little thing people be doing, they'll get the EBT, right? Somebody went to jail for this. Get the EBT, go buy sodas and shit. Pour all the sodas out in the parking lot. Go take the cans to one of them recycle places to get some money for the cans. Yes. Yes. That's how they doing it, bro. That's literally how they doing it. Or they'll go out, fuck around, buy the EBT shit, go fill the cans up and some shit, and sell the cans for some money so they can get monetary money, because you can't get no money from that. Because unless you got EBT cash, most people ain't got EBT cash for diapers and shit and milk. Or, you know, the WIC. So what they do instead, they take the money, start using that to sell or sell it to get money for it. Or they'll sell it 50 cents on the dollar. You ever heard 50 cents on the dollar? If y'all heard that before, that means somebody was selling that link. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you $400 a link for, you know what I'm saying, for $200 in cash. That's how 50 cents on the dollar. People was doing that, bro. Shit, I was even coming up. But I'm gonna be honest, you can't do that. You can't be selling your link for no benefits, none of that. Like, actually, I didn't do nothing. I plead the fifth, goddammit. I ain't do nothing, but I know some people that was doing some shit. We interact. Everybody doing everything. I ain't snitching on nobody, but I'm just saying, shit happens. So if y'all don't know what's happening, that's just because y'all just don't know. You can't be sitting here and be like, oh, that's what people should use it for, because that's not what they're using it for. Yes, people are getting benefits and they're selling them. Because the government, they was giving the immigrants like $15,000. I remember the dude made a video. He like, shorty ass, she swiped her card, left her receipt, threw it on the floor. He picked it up. Shit said 15,000 in EBT. They ain't never gave a nigga that much, right? But they gave it to the immigrants and they was coming over. Now there's a lot of fraud going on. Come on. Why wouldn't it be fraud going on when you throwing thousands of dollars in EBT in people's pockets? No expiration, just letting them use it. And EBT cash, right? It is. What can you do, really? We in a country where we just give away free money. So, but then we tax the people that ain't from the country. So the people that ain't from the country got to pay for the niggas the people that's from the country got to pay for the niggas that ain't from the country. And they get better benefits. You might as well not be from the country and get better benefits, right? But yes, they should definitely put a stop on all the sugary snacks and all that. I don't care, no cake, no snack, no none of that. Only hot food shit. Only food that can be used for certain reasons. Yes, you have to do that. Because then you just got people buying. See, because look, You got people. Number one bought thing on EBT is sugary drinks, right? They buying sugary drinks with EBT when they supposed to be buying nutritious food for them so they can eat. And then you worried about the obesity rate. So let's make a program and feed 10, 20 million dollars, 30 million dollars into an obesity program for safety and eating shit, trying to change shit up while giving that same mother EBT to go buy the sugary stuff to make the kids fat as hell. I don't know, man. I just got to get out of this thing. I just got to get rich and move my money from where it's at and go to the best state that has the least income tax and the best value for my dollar. That's just what it is, man. I'll be honest. Anything government benefit program, stay away from it. Unemployment, EBT, WIC, just stay away from that shit if you don't really need it for real. Because they shiesty as hell. It's your boy Angelo Savage, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Should people have the advantage of buying sugary drinks and snacks, or should they have restrictions? I think they should have restrictions because they need it. Because if you're going to be giving money to feed your family, why feed them with non-nutritious things? You could just buy meat. You could buy little snacks, crackers, and stuff like that. But you can't be buying sugary drinks and pops. Like, your kids shouldn't just be drinking pops. Nah, go give them a case of water. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a Arizona or something. Maybe a Zero Gatorade or something. So, you know what I'm saying? Instead, we giving the money back to them and they making the kids back fat and shit. And then we worry about the wrong shit. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy. Peace.